Morning, everyone. What we have here is today we're going to be doing some gel coating. What I'm going to show you guys is how to mix up a tan color. This is going to be for the Parker. Basically, you just go back and forth, a little yellow, a little brown, until you kind of get the desired color that you want. We're going to start with a white gel coat that has with wax in it. This is going to be our top coat anyway, so we want it to cure off. We're just putting a non-skid surface down on top of it, so otherwise, if it was going to build up layers, I would do it without the wax and then put the wax on as the top coat. So we're going to try this one first, and then later on we're also going to do the other boat. We're going to do the skimmer skiff. We're going to put a non-skid in that with just a regular white with wax on it and non-skid it out. So we're going to mix this up. I'm going to kind of go back and forth and show you guys how to do it, and then we'll get it up in the boat in a little bit, and I'll show you the process for that. This is kind of my last minute run up to Dollar General. I didn't have enough mixing containers, but I want to pour out my whole gallon because it's kind of hard to mix anything in this container. So I'm going to pour this out into here, mix everything the way I want it to. Plus it's got its lid and I can seal it up and then wait a little bit to use it again because I'm not going to kick off this batch. I'm going to distribute this. So we'll mix everything up in here. Okay, so we have our desired color that we want. I just went and test matched it up in the Parker, and we're pretty darn close. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I mix this thoroughly and get everything in there. You can see on the sides, it's still a little white on there. I'm going to make sure I got everything mixed up really well so that we don't get any like marbled lines or anything when we're trying to roll this out on the deck. So this is her. This is the one we're gel coating the floor in. This is the 89 Parker, the Fat Cow. So we'll take you up inside here, we'll show you. So everything's taped out. Up and around, up in there. We're gonna mix everything and we're gonna come back and we're gonna roll it all out. And put some non-skid in there. Alright, so here we are, we're in the Parker now. I've trimmed everything out, we've put tape around the edges of everything. Here's our front access hatch. Here we have our floor, deck hatch. Everything is taped out. We're going to come around, we're going to sand everything, we're going to give everything a good scuff. Here's the different types of tape. It's easier to do the trim with the 1-inch and come around with the 2-inch afterwards. Once we're done with that, we're going to acetone down the deck. I'm going to go around, wipe everything down, and then get ready to put our gel coat. Right now, you can see there's sun here and shade here. I don't have an indoor facility to do this in. So when I make up a batch, I'm not going to do the whole batch, I'm going to do the batches in pieces. And then we're gonna do each section at a time so you can try to get everything without it kicking off too quick. So we'll come back and hit that. Okay, so I got everything sanded out. Make sure you wear a mask when you do it because you got fiberglass mixed in with it. On the acetone, we're gonna wipe down the whole deck now. We're gonna wipe everything down. But make sure you use gloves on this too because acetone's pretty nasty stuff. I use that every day at work. So make sure you wipe it down. The reason you're wiping it is because you want to get rid of all the grease, any oils, anything that's on the deck that's going to stop the gel coat from adhering. So that's why we use the acetone. Don't be afraid to use it. You know, get a lot on that rag and really rub it in there and get everything cleaned up good. Alright, so here we're going to mix everything up. We're going to do everything a pint at a time. It's almost 80 degrees out, so I don't want to have too much trying to kick off at once. So I'm going to fill up our measuring cup here to about a pint. Alright. This last minute actually buying this stuff, this Tupperware stuff for real cheap. That was only $2.99. Probably cheaper than buying the cups almost. But on the back, you always have instructions. It'll always tell you. This one doesn't give you for the temperature. Sometimes you'll see it'll say, you know, so much humidity at 70 degrees or at 90 degrees. But for 1 pint, they're telling us 8 cc's to 13.5 cc's. So I'm going to shoot for around 9. That's probably going to be around the best one for us, because I don't want it to kick off way too early. Alright. These all come sealed, but on here you can see too, you've got 22 cc's, 16.5, 11, down to 5.5. So you try to do everything this way. Sometimes drips works too. You'll go by drips, but that'll give you your range. I'm just gonna put a pinhole at the end here. I just use screws, and then it gives me a nice little hole in the end. So we're gonna shoot for about 9. So if I go from 22 down, that should be around 13 on here, so it'll be a little bit above the 11. Alright. And then we're just going to mix it up, throw it over there in our roller tray with our rag roller. Those work really good. And we got the sand up there ready to go. I'm just going to mix this in, and then off we go. Alright, so here we go. We got everything in our tray. We have some sand right here. And this isn't an exact science or anything. You just roll it on there. Remember, this is kicking off, so you want to get it out of the tray and you want to get it on the boat. So there's nothing pretty about this. Get it out there. Damn wasp attacking me. Probably trying to make a nest in here. That's it. Sprinkle it in. Damn wasp. Get. Not your home. Fucking thing's probably gonna fucking sting. But that's it. That's all you do is you just roll it in. You'll get little tag ends from the roller. You can throw them out or you can leave them in there. There he is. That nest will be out of here shortly. Okay, so we got the whole floor finished up in here. It's about 86 degrees outside now. So to do the whole floor in an 18-foot boat, it took 2 pints to do the whole floor. And that was it. And just a sprinkle of sand. That's just play sand from Lowe's or Home Depot or your hardware store. Just get the kids' play sand. That works fine. Or the Media Blaster sand. I have it for the Sand Blaster as well. That fine grain sand will work too. It's just a lot less crap that's in it. And if you get stuff from your shoes in the boat too, just roll it in there. It's really not going to make that much of a difference. Well, I'll show you guys again. Once this cures off and we have some lower light later on, I'll take the tape up, show you guys how everything came out. But that's pretty good. So, pretty easy, something you can do at home. So don't worry about. Don't think it's too much. You got to get in there and learn somehow. Here's the front deck where we started out the other day, where we rolled our new floor on there. And see, this isn't anything crazy. Anybody can do this. You don't have to be a fiberglass gel coat guy. So if you like what you see, please subscribe and we'll get more videos up like this. Thanks for following.